Now, moving on. After the Treaty of Bassein, so we have come to a point in history where the Marathas, the mighty Marathas, have finally submitted to the will of the British. And British, when Peshwa Bajirao II approached the British to save himself from the Holkars, the British attacked the Holkars and defended Pune, that is the Peshwaship, from the Holkars, and hence Bajirao II was retained as a Peshwa of the Maratha Confederation. Now, the very structure of the Maratha Confederacy was so arranged that it was so loose that there was continuous struggle going around among the various chieftains of the Marathas. For we had the Peshwa. The Peshwa was primarily stationed at Pune, or present-day Pune. Similarly, we had Holkars. The Holkars were stationed at Indore, present-day MP, Madhya Pradesh. Then we have Sindhyas. Sindhyas were stationed at Gwalior. This too is MP. Then we have Bhosle, Nagpur, Maharashtra, present-day Maharashtra. And then we have the Gaikwad. Many years back, Indian cricket team had a coach whose name was Anshuman Gaikwad. They are placed at Baroda, Gujarat. So what we can see is that the confederacy of this Maratha kingdom was quite distributed. We had the Baroda area, then we had MP Gwalior area, of course we had Maharashtra area, the Bombay Maharashtra area. Somewhere here we had Nagpur, because Maharashtra is something elongated like this. Somewhere here we have Nagpur, then we have Bhopal, Gwalior, Baroda, Indore, and all this. So we can see that this is quite extended here, and the Peshwa was ruling from this position in Mumbai or the Pune area. So we can see that something that is happening in Indore, Gwalior, for a matter Baroda, the Peshwa could not have much influence there, and these local chiefs, the local Marathas that were there in this region, they had their sole rule, and they would only listen to this Peshwa once the Peshwa, if they had a strong Peshwa. If the Peshwa starts to tumble down or shake a bit, they would definitely try to take advantage of the situation. And this is what was happening after 802, because after 1800 we had, see, the main thing is, one of the main architect of the modern Maratha kingdom was Nana Fadnis. And this is the man who kept everyone united. The very shrewd politician, statesman, very crafty person, and he kept everyone at bay. Even the British did not think of attacking or having a bad term with the Marathas during his term when he was there as one of the chiefs. But what happened? Nana Fadnis died in 1980, and once he died, these chiefs saw the opportunity to attack the Peshwa Bajirao II. So Bajirao himself could not take the load, because earlier Nana Fadnis was taking the load, because from 1795 Peshwa Bajirao II was there as a Peshwa, but Nana Fadnis was there. Nana Fadnis was the main architect of everything. Once this man deceased, the entire load had to be taken by him, and every other chiefs were trying to take opportunity. This is what even happens today. So at this juncture, Bajirao II was compelled to move to the British, sign the subsidiary alliance, and save his throne, and that is what he did. But once he did it, because see, once the Britishों को क्या चाहिए, उनको बस चाहिए था रेवेन्यू, पैसा आ जाए और पैसा बनाए. तो after many years, because basically he was because once you had subsidiary alliance, you could not be having anything more, because subsidiary alliance is the ultimate position. You have literally, the kings have literally, or the nobles, the governors are literally, or the nawabs have literally given up their autonomy in the region. Autonomy तो खत्म ही हो जाता है. The moment you give into the subsidiary alliance, your autonomy is gone. And same was the situation with Bajirao II. His autonomy was gone, and he was fed up with listening to the British residents, the British Governor General's order. So in 1817, there was a revolt by the Pindaris. The Pindaris earlier used to, these were sometimes, they acted like mercenaries, and they were sometimes earlier, they used to be attached to the Maratha army. But once this Marathas kingdom came to downfall, and since because of subsidiary alliance, because one of the conditions of subsidiary alliance is that you have to give away with army. You cannot have your, one of the main conditions of subsidiary alliance is that you have to give away with your local army. You cannot have your own local army, only you have to maintain a British army. So because these Pindaris, they used to be there with the British, with the Maratha army, now they no longer are employed by Marathas, they are now jobless. So they started looting around the Maratha territories, that is now being run by the British, and British didn't like it much, and they were firm on taking down these Pindaris. And Bajirao II saw these opportunities, put his claim, and supported the Pindaris, thinking that both these parties would finally tackle the British, and eventually they would be set free. The Maratha kingdom would be set free. But this was not what was going to happen. Finally, there was a war. They lost it. The Pindaris and the Bajirao II lost it, and Bajirao II was sent. Bajirao II was sent to Kanpur in present day UP. That was called Bithur, B-I-T-H-U-R, Bithur. Bithur, B-I-T-H-U-R. So Bajirao II was pensioned off, and he was sent to Bithur. Now, this is a very beautiful thing that happens among the ruling class. Now, many students who are from the Pol Science and IR division, they would know that there are usually two classes. Many philosophers actually told that there are two classes in the society. One, we have haves, and another we have not. We have rulers, and we have ruled. These haves, the rulers, the elite class, always rule the society, and the rule of the elite class is the rule of society, and have not the rule are those who the marginalized, the poor, the Aam Aadmi. When two kings fight a war, king one fights a king one, kingdom one fights a kingdom two, most often than not, the kings don't go to the fight. They sit in their palaces and drink wine, while the informant comes and informs them कि महाराज 1000 मर गए, महाराज 2000 मर गए, महाराज एक सेनापति घायल हो गए. He gets the information, but very seldom does a king goes to the war. Now what happens is that those soldiers 1 and soldiers 2, those soldiers fighting among themselves and killing each other for the sake of the kingdom, for the sake of the king. Now these soldiers are Aam Aadmi. These are the poor, marginalized people who actually becomes a soldier. Now there is a very useful convention that has been established among the ruling class, and that is that no matter immaterial, no matter what happens in the war, like king 1 may win, king 2 may win, king n may win, doesn't matter. What it matters that even if king 1 wins, but king 2 will be given the due respect. He will be given pension, he will have a palace, he will have his harem, he will have everything. Whereas the ones who fought, the soldiers who actually fought for this king and the cause, they might have well been perished till now, they have died. But the king, the defeated king, will get all the things that he been enjoying. Most of the time this is what happens. So even when Napoleon was doing mayhem in the European continent, once when he was defeated in Siberia by the Russians, even then, because Napoleon ने बहुत ज़्यादा कर दिया, हद पार करके हालत खराब किया था इन लोगों का. But even then, when Napoleon was defeated, he was brought back. He was allowed to stay in a palace, and even after that, he was allowed to again rule France. But if a common man does that, he will be put to the guillotine. His head will be hanged. But when a king does it, it doesn't matter. Because of this, because of his wishes, the ruling class wishes to have a larger and larger territory so that more and more revenue could come in and more they could have a more luxurious life. At the end of the day, बात तो वही होता है कि जितना बड़ा राज्य होगा उतना luxurious life होगा. But the thing is, these defeated kings and nobles and the princes, they are not treated badly. Even Bahadur Shah Zafar II, when the 1857 revolt or the India's first war of independence was finally diffused and defeated by the British, even Bahadur Shah Zafar II was not killed. He was rather sent to Mandalay to live a life in a pension. However, his sons were killed and beheaded by then Lieutenant Hudson in Delhi, near what you call today in Delhi as a Khuni Darwaza. So, gist of the thing is that one who rules, they have made a very useful convention that whatever happens, they will not be killed or hanged. This is an insurance kind of thing, and this is what exactly happened in this case also. Wazir II was not killed or hanged, rather he was sent to Bitur in UP, and British rather consumed the Maratha territories within their hold. This is how the mighty Marathas, who possibly could have, and this was the third Anglo-Maratha war. This is the third Anglo-Maratha war. This before 1817 to 1819, in which the Pindaris plus Bajirao II fought versus the British, and Pindaris and Bajirao II defeated. Bajirao II was pensioned and sent to Kanpur. And with this, the mighty Marathas who could have possibly succeeded, who were only the capable team here to succeed the mighty Mughals, could not do it, and they just got lost into oblivion because of their internal fractionalization, the fight within the chiefs for the post of Peshwa, and eventually it led to their decline. Now, after the decline of the Marathas, now let's look at the map of India. Say this is the map of India. I know my drawing is bad. Okay. So we are talking about 1819. This is a timeline. So we already have Mysore, or present-day Karnataka. 1799. Mysore is done. 1857, present Bihar, Bengal, Orissa. 1757, we have Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Battle of Plassey. Then we have the North India. 1864, Battle of Buxar. 1762. This is the Anglo-French rivalry. We'll come to this Battle of Vandivash. 1799, Hyderabad signs the subsidiary alliance. So, and now the Marathas. Now, this is the region of the Marathas. And now in 1819, Marathas to a fall. Now we can see that almost entire India is under the British Dominion. The only part that is not yet under British is this northern part and the northwest frontier province. बाकी तो सब आ गया इनके हाथ में, because this entire region is now under British. Indirectly, directly it is under British. Whatever they does, they have to do according to will of British, because French इसके साथ ही French खत्म हो जाता है, उससे पहले डच चले जाते हैं, तो कोई है नहीं यहाँ, थोड़ा थोड़ा लाइक थोड़ा यहाँ पोर्टुगीज रह गए, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे. It is all and all British territory all across the continent. So we can see that the British East India Company have finally taken control of the entire Indian mainland. Now, once the British have taken control of the mainland, what was the next thing that we were looking for? Punjab. Now this is the new thing. Punjab. Punjab was the new apple of discord in the eyes of the British. They wanted Punjab. The British now needs Punjab because Punjab can be very useful. First, fertile land, cotton, and excess. West Asia, Central Asia, Europe. This sort of reason, see, we already know that fertile land, because of fertile land, what is happening because of fertile land? Because India's Green Revolution, the Green Revolution in India in the 1970s and 1960s were started in the fertile land of Punjab, Haryana and Western UP, because this land is fertile and people have taken up the agriculture rather seriously here, and this is the reason which could give them the higher revenue now, because they already have the Great Plains of India, and now they are looking for the Punjab Plains, because Punjab Plains is being flooded and 5 to 6 rivers flow through this. Like it is called a land of Sub-Sindhu area, the region of 7 to 6 rivers flowing through these plains. Like here we are not just not talking about the Indian Punjab, we are also talking about the Pakistan Punjab. The Pakistan Punjab is also playing a very vital role here. Indian Punjab we have Ravi and Bias, but Pakistan Punjab we have the Satluj, the Yamuna, Satluj, the Jhelum, the Indus, everything flowing through the Pakistan Punjab. So there's one big chunk of Punjab where it is 5 to 6 perennial rivers are flowing. It is always rich in the silt and deposition and fertile land, and that is why they wanted this part. Once they got a fertile land, the next question was that cotton, because Pakistan even today like after partition, what happened was that Pakistan got the better producing areas of jute and cotton. The better producing jute areas comprising of Bangladesh went to Pakistan, then West Pakistan, East Pakistan, and cotton, the best cotton growing region of India, of undivided India, went to Pakistan in the Sindh and Punjab plains of Pakistan. So, moreover, cotton was important to them because of the Lancashire factory that they were having in England. Because England was making textile industries, made textile were made in England, and they needed fine quality of cotton. By this time, they are having a bit of hold in the Egyptian cotton fields because Egypt produces one of the finest cottons of the world. So they have already got a bit of hand in the Egyptian staple cotton, and now they are looking for the better cotton cultivation areas in India. Thirdly, the access to West Asia. We can see that Punjab is placed in such a delicate place in the map of India that it plays a very crucial link. Let's see. Here we have Indian Pakistan, Punjab, and here we have Pakistan, Punjab. This is the region because this we have the hill area of Himalayas, and this area are not easily cannot be easily moved, but rather this is a very good way to move across. This is a plain area. We don't have much of hills here, so we can easily move through here. The British could have easily moved through this region and reached the West Asian region, from where they used to have the trade. From West Asia, they could reach Europe. Instead of taking the entire sea road around the Cape of Good Hope, it would be easier for them to reach directly once this region is under, because they had a policy. Thoda lete jao, and end you will take everything. So now that they have taken the entire whole of mainland India, now they are looking for the other part of the continent. So this is they are looking at Punjab. Now speaking of Punjab, the modern Punjab kingdom was formed by Ranjit Singh in 780. He belonged to the Sukar Shakya missile, the group. Sukar Shakya missile. This is very important. The Sukar Shakya missile is could be asked in the prelims. He belonged to the Sukar Shakya missile. In this, at the same time, let me tell you, Tilak, Bal Gangadhar Tilak belonged to Chitpavan Brahmin. So, Sukar Shakya missile, and he was the founder of the modern Punjab, King of Punjab. What is happening was that in 1792, his father died. Once his father died in 1782, he was underage, he is 12 years old, and he could not have led the Punjab now, the kingdom of Punjab. He could not do it because he was 12 years old, and at this time he ruled Punjab from 1790 to 1797 under a regent. Under regent. A regent is a person, a male or a female, who, if the king is underage, a child, then in place of the king, this regent rules the kingdom on his behalf. We had similar examples of in 1556 of Akbar and his regent being Bahram Khan, and we have many such other cases also. So this was being done, and in 1797, when Ranjit Singh became old enough, so he saw that the British have been busy taking up much of the greater mainland India. He saw it, and he knew that yes, he had to defend his kingdom. For the betterment of kingdom, he need to have superior military. That is why he maintained a modern army, and this modern army, this is very efficient. It's a very efficient modern army, and this army wasn't trained by the French. So once they were trained by French, these armies were trained in the European way of warfare. They could know how the Europeans used to have their fighting done, and this would prove an eventual upper hand for the Ranjit Singh and the Punjab troops if they ever had to come or clash with the British. Now, whenever the French comes in the scenario, we have ever seen that in Mysore also, when Tipu Sultan used to send ambassadors to Turkey and France, and he also had the armament factory built up with Hello French in Dindigul. The British did not like it. So the moment British saw the French were being involved in this scenario, because in 1760, after the Battle of One Divorce, the French had wrapped up and they have gone. But now in 1797, the British sees that the French are back again and they are training the British, and this could be fatal for the British. So Ranjit Singh also knew it. So before anything could go wrong, in 1809, see, this man was a man with farsightedness. He knew that fighting the British, because since the British had so much of, like, already they had got a backing from the United Kingdom, and now they had got an entire landmass of India whose revenue was at their doorstep. So they had immense resources, and Punjab did not have that much of resource to counter the British East India Company. So what he did, like being a very intelligent ruler, what he did was he signed a treaty with the British, and this treaty was peace and friendship. He said, let us be peace and friendship, because Punjab knew, the Sikh, Punjab, they knew they could not possibly defeat the British, so let's be friends. And they became friends. Under this treaty is called the Treaty of Amritsar, signed in 1809. Under this treaty, land to the west of Sutlej river, the west of Sutlej, land with the Sutlej belong to the Punjab kingdom. And to the east, it was, like you could say, this is going on. This area is Punjab, and this side is British, Brits, and this is Punjab symbol, and this is Sutlej. This is Sutlej flowing from Mansarovar area, passing through the Shipka. When you're talking Sutlej river, let us be very clear about some geographical fact. Sutlej enters India through Shipkila Pass. It crosses Georgia and then enters India through Shipkila Pass. Sutlej originates near Mansarovar Lake in the Kailash range, Mansarovar Lake, and many other rivers have actually originated in and around from Mansarovar. We have Brahmaputra, and then we have Indus River that flows. Brahmaputra also we can call Chimangdung Glacier. Chimangdung Glacier. And if Indus River. So, and another central river, Ghagra. So all these rivers originates from Mansarovar Lake, and Sutlej also originates from Mansarovar Lake. This is an extra knowledge. You of course need to check this with your geography notes. I will cover the geography in the later part. So now Punjab is in a state of peace. 1819 treaty happens. 1839 मिसअप happens. मिसअप क्या होता है? रंजीत सिंह का इंतकाल. Ranjit Singh dies suddenly, and on his death, जैसे ही मर गया, ब्रिटिश को पता चल गया, opportunity is knocking at your door. और इंडियन के फिदर क्या हो, जैसे ही मर गया, लड़ाई झगड़ा शुरू. internal conflicts. 1839 to 1840 internal conflicts. कौन बनेगा राजा? We had 4 kings. From 1792 to 1839, there was stability, peace. 47 years. 47 years of peace under Ranjit Singh, and then the moment he dies, 4 kings in 4 years. And finally, a minor of Ranjit Singh named Dalip Singh was made a king, but he was again a minor. He could not rule, so on his behalf there was a regent. Who was the regent? Regent was Rani Jindan. You should remember this. Dalip Singh, regent. Kaun regent? Rani Jindan. So in 1843, finally 1843, we had a king called Dalip Singh and a regent called Rani Jindan. So things looks like थोड़ा stability आ गया है, लेकिन stability कैसे आएगा? तुम्हारे घर के बगल में रहता है ब्रिटिश, और वो है वल्चर की तरह, हमेशा देखते रहता है कि कब नोच खाओ तुम्हें. And now 1839 to 42. And this was the period the British embarked on a glorious expedition to Afghanistan. Now this Afghanistan expedition was a misery, and British were defeated. They lost the war, they lost badly. हारना तो इन लोगों को कोई मंजूर ही नहीं था. अब इतने so many mighty rulers of Indian subcontinent were defeated and crushed, in fact, and crushed and played politically by the British. And now in 1839 to 1840, the tribal rulers of Afghanistan defeats them, and this was such a shock to the British Federation, to the British government, to the British capitalists, to their imperialists, that they could not bear it. बेइज्जती हो गया है पूरा इंडिया के सामने इनका. अफगानिस्तान के ट्राइबल रूलर्स ने उनको, चिफ्टेन्स ने उनको हरा दिया मिलके. तो अपना गुस्सा किसी पे तो निकालना होगा. अब पूरा इंडिया तो उन्हीं के कब्जे में है, आप किसके ऊपर निकालेंगे? Mind you, 1939 to 1942, 1826 may already Assam have become a part of British East India Company or British India under Treaty of Yandabu. तो अभी तो नॉर्थ ईस्ट भी नहीं बचा है, वो भी खा गए ये लोग. खत्म ही तो है, पूरा इंडिया खा चुका है. अभी कहाँ निकालेंगे गुस्सा? तो गुस्सा निकालने के लिए उनको मिला पंजाब, कि चलो पंजाब में थोड़ा दिखा के आते हैं. They enters Punjab under Lord Gough. So much for the lordship. They had a treaty signed in 1809 not to cross the Sutlej. They crossed the Sutlej. Crossed. पंजाब का आर्मी का वैसे ही हालत खराब था, राजा था, मौसे किया. तो they defeated Punjab. Punjab defeated under them, and they had a treaty of Lahore, and they annexes Punjab. Simple. Treaty of Lahore क्या हुआ? 1846. 1846 में Treaty of Lahore हुआ. This you need to remember. 1809 Treaty of Amritsar, 1846 Treaty of Lahore. अमृतसर में बोला हम नहीं करेंगे, हम लड़ाई नहीं करेंगे, हम दोस्त रहेंगे, हम शोले के धर्म और वीर की तरह रहेंगे. I don't know, धर्म और वीर, yeah, must be. And यहाँ पे 1846 they have Treaty of Lahore. बोला बाहर में जाए फ्रेंडशिप, हमें दे दो पंजाब. And they took Punjab. See, this is what they were doing. Now, this was the first Anglo-Sikh war. I hope you are clear about this part. The first Anglo-Sikh war first Anglo-Sikh War ends with the Treaty of Lahore, and Punjab is annexed to some extent, not entirely. They had to pay rent, revenue extra. They had to pay some more of rent, some more revenue. Some of the land were annexed, not the entirely the Punjab. बस गुस्सा निकाल दिया कि हाँ देखो हम पावरफुल अभी भी है, अफगान ने हमें हरा दिया तो क्या हुआ, हम अभी भी पावरफुल है, देख सिख को हमने हरा दिया. This is what, because Sikh, the Punjab, even today the Sikh regiment is one of the most fearsome regiment of the world. तब इन्होंने हरा दिया. They had something to show themselves कि हाँ we're still the powerful. Now comes 1848 and lands a man called Lord Dalhousie. This man knows nothing. इनका बस एक ही इरादा था, आए हो एनेक्स करो. And he brought in a new doctrine of lapse. Lapse का मतलब होता है कि रह गया, नहीं हुआ, गैप रह गया, void रह गया, lapse हो गया. यहाँ lapse क्या हो रहा था? Lapse हो रहा था child to succeed. कैसे child to succeed lapse हो रहा है? If a king or a nawab or a ruler or prince of the state does not have a direct heir to the throne, if they don't have direct heir, if the king dies without having a child, a male child, then that kingdom would automatically be transferred and annexed to British East India Company's dominion in India, that is British India. This is absolutely absurd, but this was happening because there was no powerful king to say no to them. And under this pretext, doctrine of lapse, Satara, Jhansi, Nagpur. We remember Nagpur was earlier a Maratha area kingdom. Jhansi, this is under Gangadhar Rao, or most famously his wife Rani Lakshmi Bai, or Jhansi ki Rani. You all know this story. So yes, this is a scenario. And Satara was done. So under doctrine lapse, Dalhousie annexed these smaller princess states and took them to the Indian, within the Indian Dominion, or British Indian Dominion. And the height of the thing happened when he annexed Awadh. Awadh, modern day UP, was annexed. The ruler of this place was Wazir Ali Shah. Now, in many books, you'll find that Awadh was annexed by doctrine of lapse. Doctrine of lapse, but this is wrong. This is not the scenario. Awadh was annexed because of misgovernment. The Britishers said that Wazir Ali Shah was not too interested in ruling the country, rather he was more interested in playing chess. तो उसको चेस खेलने दो, हम ले लेते हैं. And he annexed Dalhousie, annexed Awadh. With this we see that most of the territories in India subcontinent have been taken down or usurped by these Britishers. Now moving on to Punjab. Now second Anglo-Punjab War, Anglo-Sikh War, was less a war and more of a just a happening, a activity that happened in the point of history. There were two governors or nawabs. One was Waziristan, whose nawab or the governor was Mulraj, and other was from Now let's speak of the second Anglo-Sikh War. This happened something between 1848 and 1849 under Dalhousie. Now what happened in this was that, see, in the first war, the Britishers defeated, under Lord Gough, defeated the Sikh regiment to some extent, and some of the territories are taken, some more revenues were imposed on them, entirely was not taken. But here they were looking for reason, pretext to annex the whole of Punjab, and this was given by two persons. One is Mulraj. Mulraj was the governor of Multan. Multan is a city in Pakistan. We all know this city from the name, because this is a city where Sehwag, the great Indian opening batsman, scored his 309 runs in a test match. And then we have Chhattar Singh. Chhattar Singh was the governor of Waziristan. These two men revolted against the British because of their revenue policies and their subjugation, and citing this pretext of revolt, the British attacked the Punjab province, defeated both of them, and annexed Punjab for good. And with this, the Punjab area, the territory of Punjab, thus comes under the British. Now the British are the sole heir and the godfather of this entire Indian subcontinent. Entire India was now under British. From Punjab in these plains to Assam, Kanyakumari to the neck of Uttarakhand, Himachal, because Kashmir was yet to be under the Dominion. It's not yet so far. So we can see that this entire region have come under British Dominion, and you can see how discreetly the Britishers took advantage of the internal feuds that we are having among ourselves, we Indians, which we even today are having. लड़े हुए हम लोग आज भी अपने बीच. And this is what exactly the foreign powers have always looking for in India, because only our strength, the diversity, is our weakness. जो हमारे डाइवर्सिटी और स्ट्रेंथ है उसी को हम लोग वीकनेस बनाते हैं, और हमेशा से बाहर के लोग आके हमें दबा के, हम पे शोषण करके, शासन करके, हमसे रेवेन्यू लेके निकल जाते हैं. The Dutch, the Portuguese, the French, Mahmud of Ghazni in the early 12th century. So even to some extent the Mughals came, but they settled down. They took it to be their homeland, to their motherland. So yes, this is what happens. We should be united and not be fighting against each other, because when we are fighting against each other, this is what happens. And this is not just because of, in the case of India, everywhere. See, why do we have North Korea and South Korea today? Because there was fight among two leaders. Both Russia and USA took advantage of it, broke the two countries into two parts. Similarly, Vietnam, North Vietnam, South Vietnam, same thing. The communist and the capitalist. These are just the namesake. They have divided one of the most fertile lands of the world into fragments and have reaped the harvest, while the commoners, the people, the local people of that land have suffered for ages and ages. We'll again see this part, because this thing goes on. We'll come across the indigo plantation problem, the things that the British plantation workers and plantation proprietors made the Indians to do. Nevertheless, here with this part we come to an end to the Marathas, the downfall of the Marathas and the downfall of Sikh, two large and powerful kingdoms that could have stood up against the British, but yet fell to unite together and to fight against the British. Both were defeated in a very intrinsic manner, in a very complicated manner. They were first shown the friendship, they were shown their friends, and finally, in both cases, we see that they were started as a friendship. Even in Punjab, it started friendship. In 1775, with Raghunath Rao, the British came as a friend of Raghunath Rao, and finally, within 50 years, they ate up the entire Maratha kingdom like a termite, and finally took hold of the entire Maratha kingdom and then the Sikh kingdom. Similarly, also Mysore, the Carnatic, the Hyderabad, the Nizams, Awadh, the Bengal, the Bihar, and Orissa. So here, with this, we come to an end to the part of Sikh and the Sikh and the what called the Maratha Kingdom. Next class we will be dealing with the 1840 to 1740 to 1763, the rise and fall of the Carnatic Empire, and how the French were very diplomatically pushed out of the Indian subcontinent, paving the way for British supremacy and permanency, so that no other European country or European power could come against the British on the Indian soil. Chalo, that was nice. Hope this class has been useful to you. Well then, see you next class. Hope you're fine and safe. Stay safe, stay strong, stay indoors. Okay, thank you.